All right. Here we go. Time to make something. Come on. I'ma make something cool just because I can. Artist for life, that's what I am. Check my technique, that's how I roll. I make the world a little cooler than an hour ago. I'ma make something cool just because I'm free. Artist for life, that's what I be. Dig my style, keep checking my flow. Now your world's a little cooler than an hour ago. Give me paper, pens, musical instruments, a spray paint, and it gets intense. Give me markers, cardboard, microphones. It's not hard for me to get my mind in zone. People used to say that I was so distracted. People used to say I had an overactive imagination. It's so fascinating, creating it lead to procrastination. I fall into a piece of paper, calling out, I'll see you later. Then I rise like an elevator, or the mind of a meditator. My thoughts shine like a lightsaber. Inspiration's an invitation I can't refuse. It's the call I answer to. Plus it's fun if you're asking me.
Hello, and welcome back to another episode of Sketchy and Funny. I'm not Bob Ross, and today we're going to welcome you to the wonderful world of colored pencil magic. We're going to spend the next 30 minutes or so just dabbling into this. So go ahead and grab your favorite milk cart, your bottle of Bottles and James, and come on over, Boone's Farm, whatever works for you, and we'll join over here at the table. I'm totally just kidding, gang. This is Tommy Bellard, Sketchy and Funny, and I've got an epic show for you here. I'm going to welcome in right away my co-host, Mr. Michael Larkin, the voice of the Laundry Fighting Championships podcast, Beauty, Strength, and Dominance. Hello, Michael.
What is up, Tommy? I love the intro, by the way, first and foremost. That was badass. I got to say, nice, on point, nice little stuff right there, man. I dig it. I like your stuff.
I was really looking for an afro wig to really throw things off, but I couldn't find one. But here's what. This is an absolute, I love announcing that Sketchy AF has something brand new, and this episode absolutely has something brand new. Michael, you know exactly what I'm talking about. We don't have one special guest tonight. We got two, because we are talking about The Bride of Frankenstein versus The Mummy. These drawings, you guys already know, are already epic. They're showcasing female fighting icons, Tomiko and Hollywood. Thank you both for joining me for the drawing show tonight.
Thank you for having us.
Yes. Took the words right out of my mouth.
This is
I know I was gonna say maybe someone should start first, because I know we're gonna go over each other. Thank you
guys,
for having us.
This is what the show is all about, is all of us talking all over each other. I'm only going to take a few minutes here and actually try and do like an art show thing out of this, because you guys didn't get the scripts I mailed, and that's okay. We're just going to fly with it.
Sometimes you got to fly by the seat of your pants. Absolutely.
Hey, why not?
We're used to that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, here we go, gang. And here's the thing. I got to get this off of the introduction chest first, and then I'm going to pull right over to the art table, because I don't want to waste any time getting at this drawing. But this drawing is the entire reason. This is almost like a finish line of sorts, because when I thought about redoing The Mummy a year ago, and when I thought about doing The Bride of Frankenstein, and as a frustrated filmmaker who will never make a film, this is my way of casting people in my movies. So these are like movie posters of sorts. The whole reason for doing those was to do this drawing here, where they fight each other, where it's a versus. And I've never done so much pre-planning and pre-preparation as I have for this drawing. And we'll get into this when I start going over and coloring, because the creation of how we had to get photos and put everything together and work all these elements into one drawing is just, this is a story in itself, and it's one that we need to talk about a little, because it's typical Tommy Bill crazy. You know, it's flying by the seat of your pants, and there's not really a plan. But I'll talk about that as soon as I pull over here to the table. Ladies, thank you both for joining me. This is epic. The drawing table area, Michael, is getting super crowded these days, and I love it. But it's all been about doing this drawing. The Mummy, Hollywood, that was a spotlight drawing special piece for you. Yeah. Tomiko, The Bride of Frankenstein, was for you. And this one is all about me.
Yeah.
All right.
Yes, it should be.
Uh-huh.
And I'm super excited that The Mummy drawing after a year is going to be making an appearance in Hollywood's new book that's coming out.
Oh, nice.
Yes, it's in there.
By the way, Hollywood.
Pardon?
Congratulations, by
Congratulations.
the way.
Oh, thank you. That's been taking more time than I can ever tell you, but I figured if I'm only going to do one, perfect. It has to be the right way. So that's why it's been taking me so long. I'm like, nope, I need to do this. Oh, now I need to do this. What is an M dash? I'm learning writing as we go. I don't. Okay. Anyway, this isn't about me, but thank you.
Oh, it's absolutely about you guys. It's about you. It's about Tomiko. It's even about Michael. It's about casting this is the way I cast my spotlight and showcase all of the incredible stuff that you both have done, is by giving you guys something that you may have never seen before. And that's what I relish in, is doing these drawings that people are like, where the hell did you, wow, that's great. And the fact that you guys have both worked with me so much on this singular drawing, it's just freaking awesome. But I'm going to pull over to the art table here and we're going to take a look, and I'm going to get started. All right. I'm just dusting this off real quick, folks, and gonna jump right in then.
Okay.
So if you check this out just real quick, I'm going to go over a couple of it, because like I said, this thing is littered with all kinds of elements that I wanted to put in there. The trickiest thing was getting a good fighting coordination, which I had to start with drawing dolls and pose those drawing dolls and take pictures of them so I could describe to you, Tomiko, and you, Hollywood, the positions I needed to have you in to get these photographs. Then illustrating those, there's a little Dr. Frankenstein down here. Oh no.
Yeah, I saw that. Looks good.
That's cute.
Tomiko's got her life-bringing equipment that's getting smashed. The sarcophagus has a big crack in his face. Things are blowing up everywhere. Even Dracula's little castle back here or whatever's on fire. It's there's a lot going on, and it's super, super cool. And with that said, I'm going to hop right into this.
I wish I could draw. I'm terrible.
I'm horrible too.
Same.
I do not have that talent, so man.
Well, I thank you guys so much. It's such an honor to be able to bring my unique talent and kind of shake up the worlds that you guys were in. I kind of came in out of the blue 4 years ago, and here I am doing this crazy stuff, but I get such a charge out of it.
I need a JoJo. Sorry. I just got a hot fudge sundae.
Oh, hey now.
Ryan just brought me in. I asked for this and I got it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm jealous.
All right.
You bringing up for the rest of the class?
Yeah. Got hot fudge sundae up in here. Hell yeah.
Yum.
Okay,
I'm
so
sorry.
anyway.
I did not mean to interrupt. I'll shut up.
Oh, please do. I mean, this is a free form Hollywood. Tomiko already knows this. You guys are both veterans of the show and veterans of my artwork and all craziness that I do. So you pipe in any damn time you want to. And all I'm doing here, just to make it an art show, Sean, is I always work from dark to light, you guys. And you guys know I use these little teeny weeny circles so that you don't get like this kindergarten coloring concept thing going on. And
so little circles is how you do it then.
Oh yeah, because that helps you blend everything, and you have to have a super, super light touch on the page. And then the darker you get, that's when you really start smashing it in. And you don't want to do that until you're absolutely sure that that's because takeaway is not an easy thing. I mean, I've done it a million times. If I got to take something out, I will actually, in some cases, you won't believe this, in some cases, if I need to take out something, I will use, where is it?
The white pencil
knife.
Oh, no way.
I will, like if I needed to remove a line from here, I will take this and lightly scratch off the surface of the paper, removing little layers until that ink line is gone.
Wow.
So there's all kinds.
It's like exfoliation on the skin.
Exactly. Microdermabrasion.
Whatever that's called.
That's exactly what it's like. Now, I described very briefly what it was like to have to like coordinate the position of this fight and then get both of you and try to describe it to both of you so that I could request and get the strangest photos that have ever been sent, knowing how they were all going to work together. But why don't you both uh, let's talk a little bit about what the hell that was like? Because I mean, it's kind of weird, you know?
Oh yeah, you mean posing? The posing that you asked us to do?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, well, I saw. See, I got to cheat a little bit because you showed me Tomiko's. I go, oh, that's what you mean. So Tomiko has to start first.
All right, Tomiko, it's your show.
Well, I'm used to doing weird poses all the time. So when you you told me just do this, I do like mannequin type stuff sometimes for custom videos. So
Right.
yeah, I'm a
I've
little bit
seen some.
weirdo.
No, you're not. You're
No.
not a weirdo.
So when you told me to do it, I was like, oh yeah, this is very similar to when I do my mannequin thing.
Yeah, I saw yours. I'm like, oh, that's what you want. Because remember, Tommy, didn't I send something? You're like, no, you got to be in a fighting position.
Right.
And I think you gave me example. Here's the example of Tomiko. I go, oh, now I know. That's easy.
Well, what was really funny is Hollywood. You had asked at one point in time. We were kind of going. I was trying my best to describe the insanity that I was looking for, and
Yeah.
you said, "Well, can you show me?" And I sent over this little sketch, and you said, "No, like a person doing that." And I kind of started cracking up because I'm like, you know what we're doing here, what we're all doing here is creating an image that essentially nobody's ever seen. So other than my imagination, so it becomes tricky when you're the ones that are pioneering the image to go, you know, like, I don't have a photo of anybody doing this. This, this the photo that I'm
Right.
gonna have is gonna be you. So, but you got it. You both got it right away, and I got these photos that you both sent over several. And after I looked at them, I mean, it was so easy to take two of them and look at them and saw how they coordinated together, which was pretty on spot according to my plan. And then they just fit because I knew how I was going to have you pulling straps, right, from here,
Yeah.
and
Oh,
she's
okay.
pulling straps from here, and then you have a fistful of hair. She has a fistful of hair, but the hair had to be the right way. The fists had to be the hands. Everything had to match so that when I'm looking at it and illustrating it, it's all really right there for me.
Dr. Frankenstein's hands look pretty big.
That's
I'm
because
just
they're in
giving
your
you
face.
crap. They're almost as big as his hand, as his head. I'm teasing.
She's making fun of me, Michael. Help me out.
Hey man, I'm just saying I can see that big hands, big feet. This is Dr. Frankenstein, man. I think to add to your point, I think what I love about it too as well. If you look at the two concepts between the Mummy and Frankenstein from a pop culture standpoint, you look at the movie side of things, the Mummy franchises with the Brendan Frasers, and you see, like we mentioned, young Frankenstein and Abbott and Costello meet Frankenstein. Dude, I remember when I was a kid, like one of the things that always hooked me, and I'll go from a cartoon point of view, folks, and I mean, this might be a little out there, but it's like when you watch Alvin and the Chipmunks meet Frankenstein in like 99, right? That was one of the big ones that came out. It came out on VHS, and he got a nice little flashlight of Alvin and the Chipmunks meet Frankenstein. And then right after that, they did an Alvin and the Chipmunks meet the Wolfman. So, I mean, you see it even in so many different forms of popular culture, especially from the art side of things, from a merchandising standpoint and everything. If you have that own poster, which Tommy's creating here today in today's forum, especially with these two amazing ladies right here, and both Tomiko and Hollywood, respectively, I think not only is it cool just to see, but you're taking elements of all of our surroundings that really showcase the synergy of what we're going to see in today's piece. So, I mean, personally, I got to say, not only is it exciting just to see this dude, but also at the same time, too, when you got two badasses like these two over here, it really does coincide for a great drawing.
You know, I mean, I was just over the moon, and I know I've been very, very blunt about saying this, doing the mummy drawing and doing the Bride of Frankenstein drawing were all because I wanted to do this drawing.
That's great. And you picked us, and we love that. I know Tomiko loves it.
Yeah,
She's so sweet.
Oh, you're so sweet.
You are. See, we're both sweet, and we're
just
excited.
Love it. I just love it, and I couldn't be more honored, as an artist, to be able to work with both of you who are so super creative and super on spot. And that's why, as a frustrated filmmaker who will never make a film, these are like my movie posters. And when I put people and feature them, it's kind of like I'm casting them in my movie, which is really interesting because then you can only imagine what this movie might be.
That's cool. Mm-hmm. I get that.
I mean, I have an idea in my head exactly of what happens in this movie.
I know. We're watching you draw it.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing, huh?
Yeah. I will say it's much trickier to color green skin than it is to do the traditional skin tones.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about Tomiko's face because it's done so nice and light. And then I think over here it's a little shaded. It all mixes. The funny thing is, not funny, but watching you do it piece by piece, the way that you do it, and having it come to life, that's like the cool thing. Little by little, it's almost like putting a puzzle together, and I'm not good at that either.
That's a good concept because you see it and it's just completely plain and it's kind of hard to vision it, and then he starts to add the color. It kind of comes together. You're like, wow.
Yeah, it really pops because you're thinking no, and then all of a sudden it's there and it's like, wow, that's so pretty. It looks so nice. I blew mine up into a 24 by 36.
Oh,
that's one of my favorite things about doing these things in stages and showing them in stages. There's this slow buildup of momentum as you finish each piece of the puzzle, so to speak. And it's great to see the enthusiasm of the people that you're illustrating as they start to see the image that I had in my head when I said, oh, that would be really cool. I wonder if I can get them to do that.
You did.
And so it's always cool to reveal little bits at a time. Of course, I have no choice because I'm doing everything by hand. So I have only, just like Dr. Frankenstein himself, each piece at a time.
I have a question for you, Tommy.
Yeah.
Have you ever spilt anything by accident? Are you just like, do not bring anything in this room?
Well,
any accident?
I'm a Mountain Dew right there.
Oh.
And I'm not scared. I'm not scared. And I think, you know what it is? Nerves of steel, honestly. I have snacks and things and whatever like close by, and you would think, oh my God, he should be working in a bubble.
He's eating Cheetos. It's all orange.
Oh yeah, all orange.
I'll never get crazy and do that because I know
I know you wouldn't.
Unless I'm doing something that's in all orange.
See, this is what happens late at night. You get all silly and stupid.
Yeah.
But I will say
it's that late. It's not that late.
But you know what? I have no nerves, though, honestly, about what happens if as an artist, you got to know, especially if you're doing stuff the way I do, that if something isn't working or something happens or there's a mishap or something, you got to find a way to save that as best you can. But I never keep drinks on the drawing table or anywhere where they're spillably close. So I do take a little bit of care to make sure that I don't have that kind of tragedy.
Right. That's good.
I don't stress over it though either. Honestly, I don't.
That's like being in the ring. I've been doing it for 38 years, and you get that little bit of nervousness right in the beginning. It's not even nervousness anymore. It's more like anxiety. It's not, I don't know if it's anxiety. It's just like, we're going to start. But once you get into the ring in front of everyone, that for me, it's my domain. It's just like, I'm not nervous anymore. I know. And if someone screws up, you just kind of pull them back to the side and go, we're not in round 2 right now. It's round 1.
You know what? Speaking of it in those terms, I will address both you and Tomiko in the fact that some of my favorite fights with the both of you in them, although you have not tangled together until you met on this paper here, which I would hope to see someday, maybe under the LFC auspices.
Oh yeah, yes,
maybe
fun.
Maybe I'll get to, if that happens, I better damn well be there to judge it. But even more so than that is you both have elements of your fights that I'm huge fans of, and that's when the action happens outside the ring. And Hollywood, Sally and the Farmer's Daughter, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Smash
yes, I do.
hell. And Tomiko, you know what I'm talking about. Falling on the judges' table, outside the judges' table, all over the place. Like, and that's kind of what's happening here. The entire lab and all of Dr. Frankenstein's world is getting destroyed by this clash. Isn't that great?
I love it.
Love it.
You know what? You could write, Tommy. You could write a film.
Oh, I could, but the problem is that I live in Ohio and there's no way in hell anybody, they'd be like, wow, that's really great. Bye.
Yeah, but you could at least write it and then
Absolutely could.
yeah, and then
But then what? What am I supposed to do?
well, then we have to find Tomiko and me to act in it.
Yeah, exactly.
These
Well,
are your
you
roles.
got us, and then we'll get our friends, and
Yeah.
they'll get their friends, and
Uh-huh.
then it will be
Then all
fun.
of a sudden you'll have a movie.
All right, well, I'll tell you what, I'll write the script and I'll send it to both of you and Michael.
Hey,
Yeah, and Michael, and we'll
Yeah,
all
'cause
of us
he's gotta
will
be
be
in
in
it.
it.
oh,
Yes.
absolutely, man. I mean,
He's
she
my
already,
assistant.
He's the hunchback in my
absolutely.
a drawing. He could be
Yes, yes.
Oh, that would be great.
So, and I'll comment on her post, Mr. Tommy, as she just said there, being the hunchback. Thank you as well, Tommy, for the last drawing with the Bride of Frankenstein. But no, she brings up a great point because I also equate it to how artistry and in the ring, like Hollywood said, it's like when you're in the ring, you're painting your canvas, the ring being that canvas, and you're just performing your art and craft because that really ties into everything that goes into what we're doing. And especially if you have like a movie script and you could apply the ring, you could apply glow, you could do something into it. You have so many elements, and like Tomiko said, and like Hollywood said, like Tommy, I think you got yourself a film here, man. Let's direct, let's go. I'm already got the
Yeah.
creative process.
Yeah, let's
going,
do
man.
this.
Let's
All
do
right.
this.
I'm gonna write up a script that's gonna knock your guys' socks off.
I did write one, and it's called, oh my gosh, I haven't said it forever. Gosh, should I put it in the book? Oh my gosh, see what happens? This is why the book isn't done, because all of a sudden you pull something from the back of your brain from so many years ago and go, did I talk about that? I did. I wrote a script. I can't remember the name, but anyway, it was before zombies, before all the Walking Dead stuff, and basically the beginning shows the girls are all wrestling, and they get done wrestling, and once they're done, they're on the bus and they're going to the next town, but the bus breaks down in this dark place, little town. So some of us stay in the bus, some of us go out to the town to see if we can get help. The director goes into a bank, of course, because he wants to see if there's any money there that he's going to steal, or the promoter, excuse me, not the director, the promoter, and the zombie comes out from the vault and takes care of him. So it's just wrestlers versus, and it's been done, I know that, but this was a long time ago, like I said before.
Oh, that's cool.
Why can I not remember? It's something, it's Death Match at Diablo. Gosh.
Oh,
All right.
Hello. Death Match at Diablo. It's a 72-page script, so it's about 1 hour and maybe 25 minutes. And it has all the characters, excuse me, in it. And I did list it with the Writers Guild in Hollywood.
oh, sweet.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Death Match at Diablo. Okay. So anyway.
No,
Wonderful.
That's great. I mean, if you want to add on to our little script here, we can call it, since Tomiko is the temptress and we got Hollywood, you can call it Tempting Hollywood. Put it together. Boom.
Oh,
That's
look
good.
at that.
That's a good one. Yeah.
Well, I will tell you in this film, because like I said, each drawing is kind of its own movie poster. So you could take from that what you will, which means we've got to do what, 3 movies now or something. Anyway,
Yeah.
with with this one, our hapless Dr. Frankenstein, who refuses to learn any lessons that he didn't learn in the 1930s and even earlier, has taken the elixir of life. And I still haven't figured out at some point in time in the beginning of the movie, he gets the mummy's sarcophagus back to Castle Frankenstein. Now, why the hell he does that? Who knows? It's a bad idea, and that's what horror movies are filled with. So he gets that sarcophagus back in his lab and is trying, of course, to regenerate eternal life. And he's fixated on the mummy. But the bride of Frankenstein is somewhere in the shadows. Perhaps she's reawakening or returning from somewhere, her haunts or whatever. And of course, this happens. Now, the reasonings and all that for everything, who knows? There could be a million different things, but I just love being able to look at the visual and go, oh, wow, you could go so many ideas. It's Universal Studios gone mad.
Oh, yeah.
with you two as my title characters.
It's amazing. So I remember, Tommy, what I saw, actually it was today because I'm making my soap. I'm doing Halloween soap, and I was looking for a new idea today, and I put in monster soap. Okay. It's amazing when you go into Google and put monster soap, but I came across a guy that draws like you do. And he had Dracula, and I'm serious. And there was a Dracula soap, and I wanted to see how he did it. And I'm like, okay, I'll do something like his, but then I'll add bats onto it. But it was such a cool, creative site. I'll show you tomorrow. I'm going to look for it tomorrow, and I'll send you the link.
Yeah,
but that's where the idea is. The mummy. Yeah, we'll talk about it tomorrow, but. While I was sitting here, I'm like, yeah, mummy soap. You
know what? I need to show something here real quick. This is crazy. And Hollywood's going to completely go off on me, Michael and Tomiko, so be ready to protect me. You're going to laugh, Hollywood. You're going to die. This is the soap you sent me last year.
Oh.
Hey.
You didn't use it?
I could not bring myself to use it because it was just too
I
damn
have more of them.
I don't care. I was like, oh my God, she sent me some soap. I cannot use this, and it's still.
Bless your heart. Oh my God. Well, I'm asking, you can use it, or I'll send you another one, and that way you can keep that one and have a fresh one. Let's do that.
All right. Okay. Well, that'll convince me.
All right, we'll do that. You can keep that one on the shelf.
That was just so. I was like, this is too cool to use.
Yeah, you should see the bats. The bats are cool too.
I've seen some of the stuff on Facebook, and it looks so cool.
You guys can't tell how big they are because they're big soap. We're not talking about the smaller. The molds that I have are pretty big.
Look at that.
Yeah, see. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
It's not something little. Yeah, that's a big.
This is a big.
Bring that into the shower.
Piece of soap.
Could be a skull on a rope.
That's cute, though.
Yeah. Thank you.
I will say.
I enjoy what I do.
I will say, I will add to Tommy's point. I have actually it killed. I'm kind of like timing this because Hollywood, when you did send me mine as well, I was a little hesitant just because I'm like, it's such good soap, but I gotta say I have used it. Wonderful. I gotta say, for those, and to give your soap a plug, Hollywood, just like for real, if y'all have not had this doggone soap, just the scent, the smell, it's really good texture. I gotta say once more, thank you, as I know Tommy appreciates his. It's really, really good soap, folks.
Thank you.
You're very welcome.
Make it from the heart. You know what I mean? And yeah. And I love doing what I do. It's like wrestling. I love wrestling, but I also love to make soap.
And you know what? Just to echo the sentiments all the way across the room, because you ladies are both so incredibly talented in so many different ways. Let's make sure that we mention all of the stuff that Tomiko, like if you guys haven't checked out Tomiko's incredible line of custom stuff, her work with the LFC, everything, her modeling photos. I mean, she is every bit the artist that any of my other art friends are, and just continues to kill it with all kinds of creative stuff that just sets your pulses racing. I mean, it's just you, both of you ladies. Oh my God.
No, absolutely. And to add on to Tommy's point as well, I think what's great about the Halloween season, as it is spooky season, as we all love, we got Tomiko over here doing her things with her decorations and her pranks. We got Hollywood over here loving some Spenguli, as we have found to know on this show and many other platforms, you and your Spenguli Hollywood. So it's a combustible element, just awesomeness.
You sure did pick the right people.
You did.
It was
right,
intuitive.
Tommy? I got to see Tommy
absolutely.
for a little bit. Was it last weekend, Tommy?
Yeah, at the wrestling event.
Oh my gosh. I got back to my room at 1:15 a.m. and I packed everything and I thought I should just go to the take the car back down, go to the airport because I had to be up at 3. Oh my gosh. I just decided to rest at 2 a.m. I closed my eyes. It's a good thing I had my alarm because it was 3 a.m. and I could barely drive. I was so 1 hour sleep and everything that I had to do that day, the day before, and the day before that. I was so busy. I was very tired. I could barely drive. No. I was having a hard time getting over. There was nobody really. I mean, there's people on the road, but it was difficult. It was hard. I went to the restroom in the plane and it's occupied or vacant, right? My brain was not functioning when I went to the restroom about an hour later. I looked at the sign that didn't have an X, and then I looked and it said vacant, and I looked at the 2 attendants and they're staring at me. They go, "There's no one in there." I go, "Yeah, it's vacant."
Oh my gosh.
I was just, and they looked at me, they go, "No, it's vacant." And I went, "What does vacant?" In my head was like, "What does vacant mean?" I was brain dead. And I went, "Oh yeah, okay." And then I had then I went back to sleep. I had some coffee and I had to go back to the restroom and I go, "I know what vacant is and I know what occupied is." I felt like such an idiot. But yeah, no sleep.
Yeah, I didn't leave. I don't think I got to bed till 3 o'clock in the morning because I live so far away from where it was. And so by the time I think I left like around 1:30, I was yawning. People wanted to do sessions and I was yawning.
Oh, me too. I'm like, no. Yeah, me too. I was like, come on, I gotta go. I just, plus I had already worked the day before and the day before that and flew because I did California and then worked there and then Vegas and then later and then that night. So it was 6 matches for me actually. So I was tired.
Yeah, I did the one like fantasy match with Kimchi and that was so silly.
I was silly too. Yeah, mine was silly. Yeah, mine was silly. It was easy.
Yeah, and then I saw the video footage and I was like, Jennifer should just ask me to do camera for her next time.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
it was so bad.
I have to still look at mine. Oyanka sent me at least the one that was in the ring, so the lighting is very good. Okay, I can't tell you what the other ones are going to look like. I don't care.
Yeah, we were in the corner. All the Asians were in the corner.
Remember. I saw you in the corner.
They put us all the Asians, because there was another Asian person over there. So it was me and Kimchi, another girl who was Japanese.
All the Asians.
They put us all in the corner in the dark. It was so funny.
It's like, why don't you put the white people in the dark that are blonde? Right?
Put us in the corner.
Terrible. Ooh, my light just went out over here on this side and it's on fire. That's crazy.
That is crazy.
Yeah.
We don't want any house fires.
No, I was going to say, this is like not, see that piece?
Oh, no.
And the light went out. Maybe that's a good thing, right? Before a fire starts. Okay, well, we'll just leave that over here.
Yeah, let's do that. Well, I was very close to going to the event. Jennifer Thomas has extended a wonderful invite anytime I can come out to one of her events, and I was really, really considering it, but it didn't play out this year for me. But it looked like it was one hell of a time.
It was a lot of fun. A lot of cool people. Gosh, I ran into a whole bunch of people I knew over there.
That's awesome. Yeah, it looks like you guys had a regular blast.
Yeah, that was my first time, and I really enjoyed that.
Yeah,
it was really good.
Fun.
It was really good, and it actually, I thought, wow, they ended when they should have ended, right? And then the only thing that I told Jen was, you know what, on the cameraman part, if there are 4 rings, then you need each cameraman to stay at that ring. You know what I mean? Because I'm like, where's the cameraman for ring number 4? I had to go search for a cameraman. Yeah, just keep them there. 1 cameraman in ring 1, 2, 3, and 4, and then we're good. Yeah. And nothing's perfect, you know.
Yeah, I'm going to offer my services to her next time and say, hey, if you need someone to run camera for you, I could be one of them.
That's a great idea.
Just because
you do
one angle like that.
Yeah.
The angle, just shooting one, you got to get in there for the
exactly. My guy was in the ring. Thank good. Now the other guy wasn't. I have no idea what that boxing. I can just imagine what that boxing match is going to look like.
Yeah, it was just one angle.
Yeah, it's the same. And I'm like, you're gonna see, well, then it was foxy boxing type of thing anyway. And in my head, I'm thinking, this girl's much stronger than me. I'm going down. You know, I know that at 9 minutes, I'll lose. I don't care. I have no problems, no ego. Just get it. Let's do it.
Yeah, let's just do this thing. Yeah,
get it done. Let's do it.
I would love to do camera work on something like that too, because I have, again, frustrated filmmaker who just never really did anything with it, but I've shot lots of stuff and had lots of camera practice, and I'm always watching different people's content or this or that, and quietly critiquing and going, I would have been right up there. I would have switched around and got this angle. I would have zoomed in. I would have zoomed out. I would have done this. But that's just me as the overactive imagination and artist. You know, I'm like, oh, I could really help out with some of this stuff.
Then you could do it too.
Yeah. I mean, I was critiquing it right and left going, my gosh, this is worse than my old cameras I had back in the day.
Oh my God.
Out of focus. I mean, I was like, and not shot straight through, shot in like 4 different sections, and it just had no
that's
no flow.
No. In fact, Tomiko, the last drawing show that we did, during, here I am, I'm going to narc myself out. When I turned the camera onto your drawing to work on it, the orientation of my camera here at home flipped on its side like this. Okay.
Oh no.
So the only way I could fix it was to take the entire hour and 20-minute show, and every time there was a camera flip to my screen, I had to splice right to the frame and then flip that one, then let it go back. So if you can imagine, I think I told Michael there was over 400 cuts that I had to go in right to the frame, because if you went one frame over, you would get a weird like glitch that was visible. And so a lot of extra editing work went in on that particular.
No, don't narc yourself out on here, man. Like, this is a freaking cop show, for God's sake. I mean, it's one of those things that happens with any type of production editing, like they mentioned with the camera work, anything that really goes into a fine production and, dare I say, presentation of what we do. And as these two so eloquently put it, that being Miss Tomiko and Miss Hollywood over here, folks, check out our girl JBV, Jenny Bloody Valentine, Miss Jennifer Thomas. That annual fundraiser for domestic violence was that event. It was for a great cause, and we saw a lot of the photos on the Instagram front supporting and showcasing and uplifting, empowering women, man. It was great to see both you at the event, number 1, but number 2, God dang it, man, a lot of great photos came out of that footage, and I urge anybody to check that out because it is an awesome time.
Absolutely. And what a great cause. And Jennifer is just outstanding, and she's a great friend to me. And it's all of you ladies have really adopted me in such an amazing way that I so appreciate that. And just to show, I finished off Tomiko's arm over here. and I'm working on Hollywood's arm over here with a different color set just to show a little bit more how all this stuff interconnects and starts to become one cohesive kick-ass fight.
I like the shading. It's like Napoleon. You know, did you guys ever see Napoleon?
Yes.
And he makes where he makes a picture and he goes, I forgot to something about he had to shade her upper lip.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yep.
I love it. No, I'm not comparing you two, but I'm just saying.
God.
No. I love comedy so much, but no, the shading that you do is just like, you could be a makeup artist, Tommy.
Yeah,
we have talked about this, Hollywood, where at some point in time when we meet, I can experiment and do some of your makeup, and how cool would that be?
Yeah, you could do my makeup too.
Yeah, do both of us. Yeah,
I
told you I can't draw maybe a line. You know, I could do the line.
Yeah.
Draw my lips.
Oh God, count me in. Ooh, maybe it's when this fight happens, I get to do some kind, because there's no way we could body paint her head to toe in green and then have her go out on the mat and start fighting. And you guys can't wear, I mean, these costumes would last 17 seconds. And that would be as you're walking out, and then whatever rolls of toilet paper you had on would be gone. And
yeah, unless I wore like a, like a light brown, a nude. What do you call it underneath?
Yeah.
Right? And Tomiko wears green.
Yes.
Yeah. And then we could just have rolls and rolls of whatever around us.
Oh. Yeah, we could have like bodysuit things on.
That's what I meant. Yeah, bodysuits. We could find those.
Yeah, that's easy
each to find. New. Yeah.
Oh, that's perfect.
Seriously.
Yeah.
That is.
Then we could do that. See, that would be an idea for a fight.
Ooh, that would be fun. We come out there and we're like,
I would love to do that.
That would be fun.
And I'm telling you, this is where it originated, Michael. Right here.
That's well, that's the thing, man.
That would be a cool fight.
It would be.
It would. Art imitating life, so to speak. And I got to say, if there's anything that we've seen from the two of you as far as customs and just the synergy you have together, I think this right here, adding the bodysuits and the imagery, I like it. Sign me up. I'm down for it. You know what I'm saying? I'm in attendance. I'm here for it.
I need to judge that one.
My entry could be on one of those those little carts, in the hospital where you're laying down.
The gurneys.
The gurneys.
Yeah, and then right? That's a good one, Tomiko.
Yeah, they enter me in like this, and I could just be stiff, and then all of a sudden I become alive.
Oh,
wouldn't that be something? And then
crack a lightning.
Yeah.
I could come in a box, some kind of a box that we.
Yes, and they open up the box, and then I mean that
standing
would be
up.
Cool. Yeah.
Stand the box up, pry it open.
Yep.
And I'll have my lab coat on.
We'll spray something and dust comes out.
Oh, that would be amazing. Yeah, some kind of electricity thing going off on mine, and
Yeah. Oh, that'd be good.
Yeah, the effect of like a lightning bolt hits the coffin, and then boom, here comes Hollywood out of it. Yep.
And Dr. Frankenstein will have his lab coat and tie on, and I'll be there.
Yeah, that'll work.
That would be fun.
Yeah,
and you somehow are
planned out. We got it all planned out, ladies.
This
See, we're doing a match. We got it.
Yeah, we got this.
And then, of course, by special request,
we get to sell those 8x10s of that.
Yes,
Tommy.
Absolutely.
There you
Would
go.
You guys get you guys to sign them or something, or who knows what?
Yeah.
Make it a big production. And I'm telling you right now, when that happens, I'm not saying if, I'm saying when that happens, the fight can't stay in the ring. You know what I'm talking about?
No, it goes outside.
Yes. Yes. Super close to Dr. Frankenstein. Look at him right there in the middle. Poor guy.
It's like,
And what I'm doing is I'm just picking out where I kind of want these straps to be and where I don't want them to be. And it's very interesting too, because the photos that you guys sent, you're both wearing shirts that cover all of this stuff. So I kind of had to make that up.
Yeah, I only wore what Tomiko was wearing, I think. I just copied.
Yeah.
I told you.
But I knew what I had to get. So the rest of it was up to the artiste imagination.
Very good.
And again, I'm just working dark to light in these little spots here, just real quick. And as promised, this particular show is not going to be super long. It's later at night than it normally is when we do these shows. And I don't want to keep everybody up past their bedtime, including this old guy. So, but I'm just showing you because it's so much fun to actually show you ladies how it happens. You know, it's one thing to do a couple steps and post it on social media, and it's like, wow, that looks really cool. But the real cool part happens as it's happening, as you're doing it, and like these little moments of magic. And I'm like, wow, that's working really well. And it's nice to be able to have this drawing show format where I can take a few minutes and just show you, like, hey, look, this is how it's going on the art table while all these stages are happening. And every time I finish a little part, it's like that imagination gets all fired up again. You're like, it's turning out sweet.
I have a question. When do you think that you will have that piece done?
This piece will be done in the next 7 days.
That's great.
Because I have another one for Halloween coming up to finish out this year, which is going to be, here's a little, it's going to be Dracula's daughter. And I have cast somebody super amazing to me in that role. She's also an LFC alumnus. Michael, you will know this name especially. Miss Mia Mayhem Annabella.
All right, now
is our Dracula's daughter. So that will kind of complete this trilogy of monsters that we have going on. And she is like you, Hollywood, like you, Tomiko. She is so great to me and just available in an instant if I need something or I have a question about something like that. So super involved. And she jumped right at the idea, which was planned around the same time this drawing was, which was like early June or something. God, I can't remember. But she jumped right at that chance, and I said, "There we go. There's my third monster for that."
Wow, that looks amazing.
Yeah,
I just saw
so cool.
where you shaded in between the bandages. That's great.
Yeah, it just happens super fast. You just kind of, pick a spot and go, okay, I want to do this and that and whatever. And you just kind of do a quick blending job. And if I didn't like something, like I said, there's many ways where I can fix something if it's not working or if I don't like it or whatever. And little tricks up my sleeve. And right now I'm just going back in because sometimes I'll see that I overblended something and I lose a little bit of that dark that's so important to keep. But look at here. Here comes the mummy. Again, Hollywood, when we did this drawing last year, you had so many ideas. And my idea was this. And I was like, oh, we're gonna have some serious fun with these characters, to the point where, without leaking too much information on the show, we've already got a drawing planned for next Halloween. How the hell crazy is that?
That's great. Good.
And I'm super happy to kind of create or reimagine these characters with both of you ladies, because again, you're both absolutely perfect for what I had in my head as far as recreating and giving a brand new image to these iconic characters. Like, this was just the best way to do it. And you guys were both, you're the aces. I'm not even kidding. All right. Well, in keeping with my promise, ladies and gentlemen, I know it seems a little strange because normally these shows are like, I don't know, 6.5 hours or something, but I'm going to leave it at this because you kind of got a chance to see what I'm doing. You know that this arm's going to come up and connect underneath her hair here. And then, of course, off show, I'm just going to go to town and finish flesh tones and then get into the hair. and then all the other elements, one by one, and they'll all be posted on social media and stuff. But there's where we are in just a little bit of time. I wish I worked faster, because like from painting shows that we were making fun of earlier, that guy could do something in 30 minutes and it's start to finish, and there's no way in hell I could ever do that. But it gives you a pretty good idea of what I'm doing. So the curtain is down. I'm not hiding anything. I'm not keeping any secrets. If I was sitting right next to you at the old art table, I had my pencils with me, I'd show you, say, here you go, let's do this. That's how you do it. All right. And that's about it. That's about all I'm going to do for this one. So I'm going to pull away from the art table, and we will say our good nights and good evenings. And there's so much more on this to come, everybody. There's so much more on this to come, but this was the piece that I was working to do since last year.
Beautiful.
Amazing.
Thank you both so much. And Michael, thank you as well. All right, everybody, that's going to about do it for this extra special episode. Don't mean to make a short episode out of it, but it was important to get all the details in and get them in quick. And this was just, before I babble on too much, it sounds like a raving lunatic, Michael. We need to thank our super special guests for joining us at the Tomiko Art Table today. Help me do that.
Tomiko in Hollywood, we truly, truly appreciate it. It's four friends here just enjoying the fine art forms and artworks of Mr. Tommy Bell. And as we always do to close this show, ladies, y'all are doing your things on the social media front and just being the awesomest of awesome that you both are. So I will start it off with our girl Tomiko, the Temptress Tajima. Tomiko, where can we follow you on the social media? The floor is yours, ma'am.
Tomiko_1 on Twitter, Tomiko1 on Instagram. Tomiko Perry if you want to see my boring stuff on my Facebook, and for Tomiko.com, Tomiko's fetish store, Tomiko's superheroine stores, Tomiko's foot and tickling store, and I think that's it. And loyal fans.
You hit the nail on each and every one of the social medias, my dear friend. And Hollywood, OG Glow over here. My soap talented friend and ice cream fudge hot sundae up in here with the desserts tonight, baby. Where can we follow you on the social media fronts? Hollywood, the floor is yours.
Yeah, that was a good one. So if you are X, it's Glow Hollywood, Instagram, official Glow Hollywood. If you're looking for soap, on Instagram, it's Hollywood Botanica. And then Facebook, if there's any Facebook people, I think it's my last name, Bassone, Jeannie Marie. Don't put in the first. It's got to be the other way. And yeah, I have some other stuff, but you know what? If you really want to find me, just Google it. It's a lot easier.
Oh, so easy.
Right, you'll find us. Thank you guys for having me on at Tomiko.
You're so welcome.
You.
We appreciate you both. And Tommy Bell, before we close this out, I will say, guys, if you want to check out Sketchy and Funny, LFCfights.com, VIP section. Check out my Beauty, Strength, and Dominance LFC podcast. Check out amazing events, including the last event, which saw Bella Inc. and Tomiko go over the announce table and just fight. Yeah. You cannot fight no more. And you can check out my previous episodes with Hollywood Tomiko and Mr. Tommy Bell on the LFC podcast. Tommy Bell, the hostess with the mostest up in this piece. Let us know what the final words, my friend.
The final words are the biggest, hugest fucking thank you to you, Michael, Hollywood to you, Tomiko to you, for all coming together. This literally, we started planning this, back in early June, I believe, or so. And it takes a lot of unspoken work to make everything happen on everyone's parts. You guys are always so involved in my stuff. And I can't thank you enough for being an important part of this outstanding piece. Have a great night.